If you're working in a large department, team, organization, chances are you're not using your phone enough. And if you use your phone for this trick, you will save yourself hundreds of hours and probably just as many fights. Here's what you need to do. Ahoy, legend! Welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Leadership, where I take you through a topic on something that you probably won't hear from most other consultants, but I know for a fact will work based on our data, research, and all the work we've done with literally thousands of leaders here at Team Buffalo. Today's topic, you might have noticed, is about phone usage. Kind of weird topic to talk about. Aren't people meant to be using their phones less in the office? Shouldn't we be getting people to stay off their mobiles? Well, not entirely. There's something specific that I want us to focus in on. Before we drive all the way into that topic, be sure to click the subscribe button below to be alerted to when new content comes out. We're producing new video content multiple times a week, and you won't get any annoying notifications from us, but you'll just be alerted to awesome content that's available, and usually 10-minute or less video that will give you tactics that you can take away right back into the workplace so you can keep being a kick-ass leader. Yeah, boy! What are we talking about today? Phone usage. Oh, that's a bit odd. Well, this is a trend that's continued year after year after year, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And even myself, I was years ago guilty of this until I figured out, oh, this actually saves me a lot of time. And that's using the phone. Now, you might notice in your organization, a lot of wars, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of freaking meetings have all been generated on the back of email. Emails leading to waves of conflict. I mean, even last week, I've had two separate clients come to me and go, look at this email. And then another client, look at this email. Well, what do you think I should say back? Look at the tone of the email. Emails generally don't have a tone. Emails have an interpretive tone based on our own subjective opinion and what we think is going on and our own emotions and insecurities and everything else. And yeah, they may have a tone that they're trying to portray, but usually we've misread the email because there's no one speaking in the email. There's no emotions in the email. Even emojis now, for all their good intentions, have become placeholders in the workplace for sarcasm. So big smiling emoji is kind of like the middle finger to people. It's like, f you for all this. So we know that emails don't portray or really communicate effectively the emotions that we'd hoped to see and that we thought was going to be this amazing, effective way of communicating. Doesn't work. So what do we do instead? We've now moved to Slack and Teams and WebEx and all these other freaking products that are about sending people messages that, again, don't communicate the message effectively. Now, one of my clients, which is awesome, does something that's kind of a cool halfway measure. They use Slack, but they actually send voice messages, which I thought was really interesting. It means people don't have to hop on the phone and answer phone calls, but they're sending these voice messages and they're allowing them to communicate through short couple-minute audio snippets, and then people can do back and forth. That's a really effective strategy, but it's kind of in between. So saying all of that around communication, email, what's going on in the workplace, conflict, I mean, the number of emails, like I said, that get forwarded or brought to coaching sessions where people are like, how do I respond to this? The biggest thing I can recommend to you that will remove conflict, remove some of the issues you've been having for years with people or months with people or weeks with people, help you feel better about the emotions and what's going on in your head and how you're feeling uncomfortable about some of the topics, and just make things get resolved so much quicker, but is just still considered really unconventional, is to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and call the person. What? That's the tip? But think about it. When's the last time someone on your team, a staff member, someone above you, or yourself received an email and immediately spent 10, 15, 20, however many minutes crafting this perfect rebuttal or response or whatever back, and then a few things happen. One is you get no response and you're like, those bastards betrayed me, I hate them, I always knew I hated them. Or you get an email back that's really short and you're like, what was this result? They're like, thanks for the update. Wait, what? Is it fixed? Or you get an equally long response from them that's pages in there. Please see below in green where I've responded to your red, which is in response to my blue. It's becoming like a court transcript. Like, stop it. No, think about all the time and emotion and drain and pain that goes into that. Instead, pick up the phone. So here's what happens. Email comes in and goes, oh, I was really disappointed to find this update's overdue and I haven't heard and blah, blah, blah. All those things you would expect to see in an email that's semi-confrontational or maybe just not going to go well if you respond. So what do? You go, you draft an email. No, stop. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Joe. It's Travis. So I just sent you an email. Oh, I know, yeah. Look, I wanted to just give you a quick call. I wasn't clear on some of the things. I wanted to make it as easy as possible for us to figure out what we need to do from an action perspective and what you need from me. Do you mind if we just quickly go through the email? I think it'd be easier. Otherwise, I'm going to send you a long email back. You send me a long email back, and we both wasted a lot of time. Depending on his state and what he's trying to achieve, we'll do a few things. He might say, yeah, sure. Oh, actually, a great idea. Let's just do that. You talk through it, you come to a resolution, done. Or he might go, well, look, I'm kind of busy. That's why I sent an email. And you go, okay, look, I'm not going to respond to the email because I actually think there's a lot in there and it's far better as a conversation. Do you mind if I just book like a 5 or 10 minute call into your diary? I'll find an open spot and book it in. And Joe might go, okay, yeah, that's fine. Or Joe might go, don't really want to do that. Okay, well, now I'm starting to see something. Joe doesn't want to talk to me now. He doesn't want to talk to me later, even if I find a time that works for him. Maybe Joe just doesn't want to talk to me. Maybe Joe's trying to put it in writing, or he's trying to avoid an issue, or he feels uncomfortable. Then this is where you have to have one of those trickier conversations saying, oh, okay, Joe, look, I don't mean to make things uncomfortable, but you said you don't want to talk now and you don't want to book a call. Can I ask what's going on? You sent a really long email. It sounds like there's a couple of things you might be uncomfortable about or unhappy about. Why are you unhappy to chat about that? Joe will have to give you an answer, or he will avoid the issue. But either way, you'll now know something that no email could ever tell you, which is his state of mind and emotions. They will not come through in the email. You won't get the clarity you want, but in that moment, you will know his state of mind and emotions.
Show me.
The inflection, the pauses, the way in which he responds will all tell you everything you need to know. And then you know from there you've got something to deal with. But it creates clarity and certainty in an environment where we can hide between emails and messages and everything else that just creates this noise in the system and lack of effective communication. So that's really what we want to overcome. Simple, right? Practice this as a really important technique. Again, it's something we cover often in the community, in our Team Buffalo community, which you can check out, link below in the description. But we talk about these tactics to really get leaders to grab hold of environmental issues, of contextual issues, of problems with people, and take back control, because these are the things that chew up your time, your well-being, and all of your energy. And we don't want that. So the next time this happens, I want you to go, this email that's just come through, should I make a phone call? Should I pick up the phone and talk to this person instead of going back and forth and back and forth? You'd be shocked at the efficiency and how good you feel after the first few times of doing it. The first 1 or 2 times you're gonna go, oh, that was a bit rough, or oh, that felt a bit awkward. But after that you go, man, like whenever these emails come through, I'm just gonna call people. Or actually now, this person, I know I can call them. I'm not even gonna bother sending the first email. I'm just gonna hop on the phone and call them and we'll sort it out then and there.
Hello?
It's so efficient, it's so much less stressful. So that's today's topic. Sounds really straightforward and simple, but if you do this, it's one of those things that will knock out a percentage of work and mental drain for you. And that's how leadership is built and developed. It's doing these things that just chip away at all the problems that add up. There's no silver bullet, there's just a bunch of lead ones that will chip away at this stuff and give you back the control that you want so you can liberate your leadership. Click subscribe below, like, follow for more content, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Keep kicking ass.